Hi everyone. So I've been busy. I've been doing some work for school, been writing reports, had an agile sprint at work. I also tried to water cool my graphics card, but it didn't go well. It's a long story. But there's one topic I would like to talk about today, and that's distro hopping. Now, some of you might wonder why I even bother with such a tired and lazy topic, but I think I do have somewhat of an original take on it, so let's discuss it. Distro hopping, in case you don't know, is when a Linux user can't choose a Linux distro, so they end up installing one after another in a very short period of time. So for example, they would start with Ubuntu, then they won't like the way it looks, so they will switch to Fedora, and then someone on 4chan will tell them that Fedora is for casuals and they should install Arch, so they would go and install Arch, etc. Then they'll switch to Void or Gentoo and so on and so forth. So why do people distro hop even? A lot of Linux YouTubers who've already done videos on that topic kind of seem to view it as a paralysis by analysis, like someone who can't choose the right tool for the job. Like for example, how you can't choose a tomato in vegetable aisle, how someone can't choose a car in a dealership. However, if you spend any amount of time in Linux communities online, you might know that there's a certain demographics of Linux users who don't really have a particular hobby or work that they have to accomplish with the computer, with Linux, but for whom their computer and their operating system is the hobby. That's what they do. Is there anything wrong about that? Absolutely not. Tinkering with your computer and trying out different Linux distros is actually a very cool way to spend your time, and it might teach you a lot of useful skills which you can use later for a job if you want to get into Linux job, like for example DevOps or SysOps or sysadmin. But coming back to our initial question, why do people distro hop in the first place? There's many people who decided to try out Linux for practical reasons. I mean, let's be honest, Windows can get pretty annoying with the forced updates, malware, viruses, etc. But there's also many people who decided to try out Linux because they were bored. Every time we try out something new, it gives us a tiny dopamine boost. I mean, that's why Twitter, Instagram and other social networks are so popular in the first place, right? And whereas scrolling Twitter or Instagram is very simple and effortless, the only effort that is required from you is swiping a finger, distro hopping involves an activity that is considered by most non-tech people to be complex and difficult, installing an operating system. And not just any operating system, not like Windows 10, but some kind of obscure, mysterious and complex operating system, the one that has terminals and white text on black screen and that kind of stuff. Of course, installing a mainstream user-friendly distro like Ubuntu or Fedora isn't really difficult. Deep down, it still kind of feels like you're doing something different, something that people don't normally do. That sense of accomplishment, together with the novelty of a new distro, is exactly what makes people install one distro after another. It kind of gives you the same feeling as when you find this very cool meme with a very obscure reference that only you understand, and it makes you feel good because you know that only very few people understand this reference and you are among them. And if you install a more hands-on distro such as Gentoo, Arch or LFS, the feeling of being ahead of the curve is even stronger. So to sum it up, a chronic distro hopper is usually driven by boredom, pursuit of novelty, and I really don't want to say it, kind of a hipster. Yeah. Now, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with distro hopping as long as you like it, but I've seen some people online being genuinely concerned about their distro hopping habit and wanting to break free of this addiction, as they call it. And here, just like in the Twilight Zone, I will not end the nightmare, I will just explain it. Now, obviously I'm not a professional psychologist and I don't want to become one of those tech channels who suddenly become lifestyle guru and start lecturing the viewers about how to be a real man or something, but here are my 5 cents. If you've watched this video from Kurzgesagt, you will know that an addiction is almost always just a symptom of something being wrong in our lives. A lot of times we use hobbies as a way to escape from reality, but when a hobby takes all of your time and interferes with your real life, it can become a dangerous addiction, like for example, alcoholism. Cheers. So if you literally can't live without installing a new distro every week, that might be a reason to worry. Just like with any serious addiction, there's not really a silver bullet that helps everyone. I mean, that's what they have, rehabs. But what helped me personally was starting this YouTube channel and finding a job. I know that sounds like something that your dad or Jordan Peterson would say to you. But if you're really concerned about your distro hopping addiction, that might be worth a try. Worst case scenario, you just earn some money, I guess. So that's it for this video. As usual, I would like to thank my patrons, Neurogamer, Mitchell Valentino, and Ray Piria, and also everyone else who supports this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.